How's it going on, everybody? It's your boy IncogM back at again with another IBL video. This week is week 5, your Boston Cynicals, and this week we're fighting Matt O'Shea and his Montreal Milotics. Let me just show you guys his logo. Really nice logo down there in the bottom right corner, but for now, let's go ahead and check out the team that he has. He has the H/Kirum, Crocodile, Rotom, Heat, Machamp, Roserade, Cincino, Xatu, Basculin, Clefairy, and Inteleon Gmax. Very, very, very powerful team right here, and I think that, in my own opinion, it's a very dangerous team that I have to be careful of. Obviously, his kill leaders in Inteleon and H/, as well as just having like decently like heavy hitters like Cincino, Rotom, Heat, Kirum, Crocodile. His entire team is threatening, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. However, let's talk about what I think he's going to bring, though. All right, so realistically, I think he brings the top like 4. So H/, Kirum, Crocodile, and Rotom Heat. He probably brings Inteleon Gmax, but I don't really see it as a great boon for him this week, at least. But I mean, it's a pretty good Gmax, so he probably will bring it anyway. And then lastly, it could be really anything out of the next like 6 Pokemon he has left. So I'll just say for now, Machamp or Roserade. Cincino could also be a very, very dangerous Pokemon because obviously, you know, if it's like Skill Link Cincino with Choice Band, it could do a lot of damage to my team overall, and I would hate for that to happen. But it is an interesting Pokemon nonetheless. Let's go and talk about my team though. So let's go ahead and go to the slides. Alright, first up we have is our Araquanid set, which is a very, very crispy set right here. It has Water Bubble with the Careful Nature and its Kanye Vest, as you guys saw from just seeing the preview of my first 3 mons for this matchup. Has Bug Buzz, Mirror Coat, Scald, and Frost Breath, and at 200 HP, 200 Special Defense, and 108 Special Attack, this eats one entire Modest Thunderbolt from Brotom and just Mirror Coats it back. Very easy. It's a special wall essentially. If like Inteleon wants to try and beat us, it can't. It'd have to crit us a fuck ton, and even at that point, if it's me versus Inteleon, Mirror Coat's going crazy, and it's not going to be able to beat us after that. Also lives a modest Specs Kirum Freeze Dry, and we can also just Mirror Coat that back. I wouldn't call this an entire special wall, but it's definitely one of my best special walls here. Only thing that's really scary is number 1, if it's like CB Crocodile, which I wrote down at the bottom, but also Head Smashing Basculin, obviously, Cincino with Rock Blast, of course, and I want to say, just in general, Stone Edging Machamp with no guard, that could also be really terrible. H/ Physical, also pretty scary, but like in general, this will live a bunch of hits, and that's all I need to do. You probably wonder why we're running Frost Breath. There's no real reason to run an Ice move this week. Personally, there's not a lot on this team that I really need to run that for that Scald or Bug Buzz can't handle. So I just said, if we need a crit and it's like at low health and I think like, oh, Bug Buzz won't kill this or Scald won't kill this, or if I just feel like memeing, Frost Breath is there. So yeah, we are a really good Araquanid set this week, besides Frost Breath. But hey, you never know when you need memes. Anyways, next up we have is our Ninetales set, which is Overheat, Solar Beam, Flamethrower, and Protect. 36 HP, 252 Special Attack, and 220 Speed. It has Drought, of course, has Timid Nature, and the Heat Rock. The Speed beats Crocodile, even though Solar Beam doesn't OHKO. Overheat does, though. Overheat has a, like, 75 or 80% chance to OHKO. And, unless he's Scarf Crook, which is very possible this week, given that my team is just that team. We'll find out if he brings it or not, obviously, but Scarf Crook is definitely scary, but if he's not Scarf, he's not Choice Band, which means Araquanid could actually have a funny enough time. So it's a great lead against mostly everything. When I say mostly everything, the only things that's not very good against are like Kirum, for example. Big one, Kirum, obviously. Depending, Rotom Heat, but probably just not a good lead against Rotom Heat in general. Cincino, because Cincino will outspeed us. And I want to say Basculin and Inteleon. Everything else really doesn't want to see us lead Ninetales because we have Overheat, we have Flamethrower, we have Protect. I mean, like, we'll be fine against those Pokemon. And like it says down there, barring Scarfers and Inteleon, easy Scarfers are like even just realistically Kirum, Crocodile. I would say a weird Machamp Scarf, even Scarf Cincino. It doesn't have to be Scarf, but a weird Scarf Cincino. And Inteleon, obviously. We don't want to be in because even it'll just crit us through Snipe Shot. And or even just crit us in general with like a Hydro Pump. If it's G-Max, they will also just crit us or just Oko us. So we really don't want to be in front of Inteleon is my basic point. If he switches into Inteleon randomly, which he won't, we can get some good damage off on it. Generally speaking though, this is a really good lead just for this entire team. Obviously if we suspect there's a Rocks lead coming in, like Crook, or even to that extent, I think Crook and Clefairy are the only two that get Rocks, or he goes like Rosary first for whatever reason to get a Toxic Spikes or Spikes. We beat those and we should be alright. Crook is still scary in this match, regardless. Next up, we have his Venusaur, which is Growth, Weather Ball, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, 152 HP, 4 defense, 252 special attack, 100 speed, Modest Nature, Life Orb, and obviously Chlorophyll. Speed beats max speed Aegislash out of Sun. Originally this had no speed, but we wanted to make sure that we beat things like Aegislash. Obviously we're not going to beat it like entirely, just in general, unless we use Weather Ball, but like Weather Ball in the Sun at least. But at least we can outspeed it so we can Giga Drain it down. And we have enough HP and such just to live good hits. If it has D's in front of our face, alright, whatever, but it's not killing us with a Shadow Sneak. It's a sweeper, obviously, and it beats everything barring Crazy Scarfers. Once again, the day would be saved by Cincino and like Inteleon and other things that would be Scarf. But like in general, with the 100 speed, we do outspeed like this entire team. I think so. I think we do. And we can sit in front of this entire team and just go crazy. I think if I go back one slide, yeah, so Ninetales had Heat Rock, so now we'll have 8 turns of just Venusaur going crazy, and that's very important because nothing on this team really is a weather setter. He could bring like Sandstorm on Crook, or Hail and cure him, or something on something. Like there's so many opportunities. You can bring like Rain Dance for on something and be fine. But generally speaking, if Venusaur's in it with the Sun up, we beat a lot of this team. Kyurem's the only thing that we have to really be concerned about, but I think a +2 Sludge Bomb should Oko unless it's Assault Vest, and I'll have to check out that calc later. But in general, Venusaur beats basically this entire team by itself if the right opportunity presents itself as well. But we need to play it as if, like, we have to play very carefully. Not as if it can't sweep, but we just need to play carefully, basically. Anyways, move on to the next mon we have is Play-Doh Horse Young Rapidash in the cut. I think this is the first time we're really bringing this week, and it's an interesting set. Play Rough Psycho Cut, High Horsepower, Healing Wish, 70 HP, 184 Speed, 252 Attack with Pastel Veil, Jolly Nature, and Cassib Berry. If you don't know what that is a weakness berry for Ghost. And one of the few weaknesses that we actually have is against Aegislash on both its typings. So one of the big things with Aegislash is that it could Shadow Sneak us and probably Oko us if it has 252 attack. So we ran Cassib Berry and 70 HP just to make sure we don't die to that. And indeed, we don't. Play-Doh Horse here has enough speed for Crook, like a lot of my mons. And though we don't Oko with Play Rough, it is very important that we can get off a Healing Wish in case it's not Scarf, so then we can heal something that is in the back potentially just not doing okay. Additionally, it just outspeeds Crocodile, which means it will outspeed like Roserade and even Rotom Heat. But I think we have enough speed to beat Cure. I'm not very sure, but we can definitely Play Rough that still. Anyways, like I said, it lives we live a Shadow Seek, we live a Shadow Claw. This is all from neutral, not from +2. And High Horsepower will kill unless it's Chuck a Berry. Player of 2 KOs, Kyurem, and then it's a gimmick horse. But, you know, Healing Wish goes nuts because a lot of the time I don't run things that can heal my Pokemon. I run Wish Passers, generally speaking. I don't run Clerics at all because generally my thought process whenever I'm fighting somebody is just go balls deep into offense and see where we go. And Rapidash kind of still represents that low-key. So we can Healing Wish, get out of a situation, heal up another Pokemon that could potentially help us. Like if Venusaur or Ninetales is low, if Ninetales like, even if Ninetales isn't low, like if Blastoise, if we bring it this week, is low, if Terrakions low, if like Sigilyph low, it doesn't really matter. If any of our Pokemon are low, we can Healing Wish, get them back into the action, and then we'll be fine from that point on. And it's not like it's a move you're expecting to see because I only play mostly offense, so you're not really expecting me to do something like this. But maybe Matt is. Matt's really good. He's 3-1. Moving on, though. Oh, before I move on, this can beat Roserade, Machamp. If, like, Rotom is some weird set where it has, like, an Iron Ball, we can High Horsepower that. Depending on, like, other sets, we do a lot of damage in general, but we're Jolly, not Adamant, so this is a very underwhelming Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie. We might even drop it at some point. I don't know yet. Anyways, continuing on, we have Terrakion, which is just a Justified Jolly Nature with Lumberry, Close Combat, Sub, Earthquake, SD, 244 HP, 100 attack, 4 in defenses, 156 speed. This has enough speed to beat Crook, you know, just .png. That's what everything needs to be, generally speaking. It's sub against non-Scarfers like Rotom and Slurmons, or just Slurmons in general, SD and then Broom Up. As far as I'm concerned, and I just now remembered, I think Crocodile is base 97 speed? I'll check on my phone, but I'll just continue reading my notes here. We have enough HP and enough defenses just because that's what I felt like doing this week. Lumberry is good for things like Will-O-Wisp being Rotom, and additionally, just like in general things I want to status up, like even Thunder Wave Clefairy, Thunder Wave Xatu, and in general, it's a pretty good decision on my part as well. Do I think that I'm going to be switching into those monsters to take that hit? No, not really. But in general, that's what we wanted for this week at least, so that's pretty important. It's lower than Cincino and Inteleon, but if we have a sub up, who cares? Generally that means that while we will get our sub broken by bullet seeding Cincino, we can close combat that and get that out of there. If it's Inteleon, we can close combat. I don't think we're going to OHKO it depending, but we can still do a chunk of damage with close combat anyway, and that's very important to note. Because for us to win this match, we need to do the most amount of damage and just keep it going from there. That's all we really need to do. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Kyurem hits 317, and Crocodile hits 311. Yeah, so, okay, that's fine. The only reason I'm not really concerned for Kyurem is because I don't think he brings like a max speed, max special attack Kyurem with specs. And even then, if he does, I mean, we'll be fine. We have Pokemon to handle that. Like this one right here. Otherwise, I mean, I'm pretty sure we have enough speed to even beat Kyurem as well at 317, but I'll have to recheck my notes. But yeah, this is a really easy one. It beats everything. And we decided not to run a rock move this week. We didn't really need it. Close Combat and Earthquake do everything we need them to do and more. Obviously, Xatu can wall us instantly, but at the same time, I don't envision Xatu coming this week, as it is just a Pokemon that is good for hazard removal and bouncing back hazards, but as well it can do like Calm Mind bullshit and Cosmic Power bullshit, but like, I don't find myself getting into those situations because of our next mon. We have the same Scarf Blastoise again, just without Flash Cannon. We just put Focus Blast on there. If you saw last week's video, then you probably know what this set is already, but just in case you forgot, Torrent, Modest Nature, Choice Scarf, 4 HP, 252 special attack and speed, and Water Spout, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Scald. There's not a lot that beats this. There's like Scarf Pokemon, but like Scarf Pokemon beat Pokemon that are also like slow, so like whatever. Double Water, of course, because if we don't want to go Water Spout, we can max and just go Scald, which works all the same. Allegedly, I think Water Spout goes down in power even if you're Gmax, so I'd rather not do that than do like Gmax Cannonade and then our Water Spout isn't doing a lot of damage. I checked it out and apparently that's true. I could be wrong. I was just doing the calc for it earlier and that's what I found. We have two fears. Scarf Cincino and Rotom Heat Specs. If we are Gmaxed, Rotom Heat Specs will OHKO us. I'm pretty sure. If we're Gmax, Scarf Cincino will beat us as well. It beats us in general Bullet Seed anyway, so we want to be careful of that Pokemon low-key. And this week we're not running anything max guard-wise, so that's going to be an interesting tale to tell. But yeah, guys, if I sounded like I was all over the place, that's my fault. The Crocodile thing I just thought about, and I'm pretty sure I would need a little bit more speed on things if I didn't already do it for Kyurem. But by the time the battle happens, I'll tell you guys if we have enough speed to beat Kyurem at max speed. But for now, that's going to do it for the team builder, and let's go ahead and get right into the battle. Alright guys, we're getting connected up, searching for Matt right now. No face cam this week because my face cam kept goddamn freezing for whatever reason. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get connected up with him. Hopefully get another dub, keep the winning streak going. I think I said it in the team builder portion, but I think Matt is 3-1 and we are 1-3 unfortunately. So this will be great. But no, seriously, hopefully we can get a dub this week. We're gonna see his team in a minute here. That took really no time. He brought the Clefairy, god damn it. Okay, he brought Rotom Heat, Inteleon, Kyurem, Machamp, and Aegislash. So we clearly knew he was bringing the Aegis. She might bring the Clefairy for rocks. We could easily lead Drank and get the Volt Switch Mirror Coat kill off with Drank, because it seems like he's going to lead that first and go Rotom Heat first. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite it and see how it goes, and we're just going to get this started. Real easy lead off for me. The objective here actually is to make sure that we don't lose our Sun mode too quickly, because then we'll lose the game. Additionally, if Anonymous can get in and start water spouting after like Kyurem is dead, I would say, then we should be fine, because that's his only real resistance. And then also CTC's here. So we could lead CTC for Clefairy, but I'm leading Araquanid for this. I'm very interested in why he brought the Pokemon he did. He brought Clefairy, which is still really weird to me, honestly. I thought he'd bring like Crook, maybe, and maybe Cincino, because Cincino actually can cleave through my team really well, but we will find out why later, most likely. So let's go ahead and get this started whenever he's done picking out his Pokemon. I have no reason not to lead Araquanid, but I could have easily led Terrakion, I could have easily led Blastoise, but I also want to see if he's Scarf or not. If he's Scarf Rotom Heat, then that is pretty obvious, because he might be Scarf max speed to beat Venusaur with not a lot of speed. Who knows? But we're going to find out soon, aren't we? Alright, let's go ahead and see what his trainer card looking like here. We're in Holberry. Hey, look at him. I'm not even in frame. That's funny. He's 7, I'm 8, 27. Alright. I'm just reading things to go off of and being stupid since we have no cam. Casserola. I'm terrible at reading. Alright, cool. So like I said, guys, we're just gonna Mirror Coat. There is exactly zero reason not to, and I'm not even gonna think about it. He can easily switch out into something to take the Scold, I suppose, but he's gonna Volt Switch. We're gonna see damage. Okay, he is clearly not Specs, so that's very good to know, because he didn't do a lot of damage to us anyway. So that's good to know. On a Rotom Heat, I'm rotating this down. Rotating this. Okay, with Machamp, so we're just gonna go ahead and Mirror Coat, get some nice little damage off. Alright, we do about half, and he has the burn, since he is Flame Orb, clearly. So, right now, he might just go Rock Slide, or something else. I don't know, I guess he's going Rock Slide. I'm just gonna Scold here. I have no reason not to. We have enough defense. We have stats for this at least, I think. I know we have HP, but we don't have defense. We only have HP invested, so we might be able to kill this with Scold. We'll find out. We'll see. Just make sure I have all of his mons written down in my notebook. And who's gonna be faster? It's him. He goes for Facade. Is this gonna kill? Damn, it killed me. Okay. Machamp killed Araquanid, which made sense. He's definitely just... Okay. Sure. Okay. So why don't I just go into Brush Fire and just hit him up? That's like... I could go... Realistically, I could start Water Spouting or Scolding here. I could also go Terrakion and just like sub, but he also might have Bullet Punch. So I think Brush Fire is the best option for us here. I have no reason to play the Araquanid the way I did, but we still got the Mirror Coat off, which is like the tech I wanted anyway. And I couldn't really switch there because I didn't bring Melmetal this match, unfortunately. So yeah, there's that. He has those Pokemon. Doesn't really have a switch into this, so we're just gonna go ahead and Flamethrower because we don't need to overheat yet. We're gonna get the Flamethrower off, just making sure I write down all his Pokemon. He withdrew. Is he going back into his Tiny? He went into his Clefairy now. Okay, so he might be Spadef Clefairy, which makes a lot of sense. Let me just see damage. And Overheat will kill that, and then we can pivot out of that. Overheat's definitely killing this. I have no reason not to overheat. I'm not dealing with rocks this game. Oh, that's just under. He's Spadef as hell. He went T-Wave. He probably thought I was going to switch out, maybe. Alright, that's fine. I could have protected the Scout, but you know what? It happens. What's his last Pokemon, Avery? It is Kyurem, right? Okay. Making sure I have this all written down. So he paralyzed us, which isn't that bad, actually. We go hard Solar Beam here. I'm just going to go for Flamethrower. So he's not Specs. He's obviously Flame Orb on Machamp, and he's definitely Eviolite on this, because that wouldn't have lived otherwise, as far as I know my calc. We break out. Please give me the kill right now. We get the kill on Clefairy, which is great. So now that's dead. Does have T-Wave, did have T-Wave, so that's something. So it's 5-5. He probably goes Inteleon or Kyurem here. I'd say he goes Kyurem here most likely, or even Rotom Heat for that, to be honest with you. We are -2, so it really doesn't matter where he goes into. He could go Kyurem instead of Dragon Dance, which I also, like, I was calculating for that earlier, and I said, oh shit, that can actually whoop our ass if we're not careful. But he'd have to be like not a lot of attack. He'd have to do it for speed and then have freeze dry. So he goes back into his champ, which is an interesting conundrum here. So I wish I still had my overheat then. I could have flamethrower twice instead. I guess Play-Doh would die here, right? Because we don't really have a resistance to this. God, I hate sacking things this. Okay. The only thing I can say here is that I want a flamethrower, but then at the same time I don't, because like, here's the thing. I want to go. I want to brush fire hit him, but then if brush fire dies, then we lose because we need the sun mode. So what I'm thinking is that we go Play-Doh, because Play-Doh isn't as important, because we still have a good way of beating Kyurem still. So we're gonna go ahead and go into Play-Doh here. He just goes hard Facade, which is probably gonna kill us. Yep. That's too close to that damage. And the only reason I'm doing that is so I don't die, low-key. Now he doesn't have Clefairy. We still have like 3, 4, 5 turns up of Sun still. Well, it's 8, so we just went through 3 or 4, so we might have 4 left. If we go Frogger here, we can growth. Because I'm pretty sure he'd switch out into like Rotom Heat or something. I don't want to tempt Fate. That's the only issue. If I tempt Fate, then I'll lose this match instantly. I'm gonna go Frogger, fuck it. He doesn't have anything that really resists all my attacks, besides Aegis Slash. So, like, we'll be fine. Yeah, we should be able to Sludge Bomb and get this done with. I just want a growth, but I don't want to risk it too early, you know what I mean? I don't want to show it off and then I die for it. And just so we are clear, we still have 4 turns left. Okay, good, I was right. Yeah, Sludge Bomb should do a chunk. He might be AV Kyurem too on the switch out. No, he didn't switch out. I was gonna growth there, and I'm very glad I didn't, because we would have been fucked if I did. So he has no more Machamp. It's 4-4 now. He definitely goes Rotom Heat though, and he's not Specs. This should be an easy switch in for him though. This shouldn't even be a question for him. The issue now is that I have to keep sacking things, and I lost probably one of my best sacks in Araquanid so far. So that's gonna be an interesting challenge to come up with. Because Blastoise is still really good here. I mean, Blastoise is still really good. We're in the sun, though, so it's not as great. But, yeah. He's going to go Rotom Heat here, probably. Or he goes Kyurem. If he goes Kyurem, as far as I'm concerned with Calcs, we should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is in my window. So we're going to go ahead and do that. He went... Yep, he went... I read that it's Cacerola. It's a Casserola. Alright, anyways. Yeah, I think he just overheats or even volt switches here to that extent. Brush Fire is still really good here, and we can still solo beam things like Inteleon and such, so I might as well go back into Brush Fire. The only issue is that I need to double and then see where it goes from there. Terrakion is okay here still, but yeah, he went hard volt switch. I could have stayed in. I could have growth. But that's okay. That's what he was expecting to happen, and I couldn't risk my Venusaur dying. That's the only thing. So now what we're going to see here is he's going to go into probably Inteleon or Kyurem at this point. Kyurem probably comes in here really, really nicely. If he goes Inteleon, then he's definitely going for the kill shot now. Funny enough with that. But yeah, he should be able to go Kyurem here, I think. Kyurem's like a really safe bet, I would say. Because like, Terrakion's our only way of beating Kyurem right now. And we're not Scarf as well, so that's really bad. And like, we could have easily gotten a sub up against Clefairy, but we did not have the foresight to go that. He went full Buster. Yeah, he's definitely gone to Kyurem. That's a fairy tale reference if I've ever seen it. We have how many turns of Sun left? 2? 2. Okay. I mean, I could go into Blastoise. Because like, the Sun mode is the best way I win here. And then CTC can clean up really well afterwards. It's the issue that, man, I created my own damn problem. Because I want to get Earth powered, and I guess Water Spout isn't that important anymore. Yeah, we're gonna go into Blastoise here. I really do value Brush Fire here, no doubt. We're gonna go into Anonymous here. We're gonna go and get off the max fighting in a minute. He's just gonna go for Earth Power, which makes sense. He's gonna go ahead and do a good chunk. He's gonna freeze ride this next turn, clearly. So we're just gonna go ahead and go for our G-Max now. Yeah, we're gonna go for Max Knuckle. I could have had Max Wormman on this, but unfortunately I didn't have, again, the foresight to do that. But that's okay. I want to see how much this does, though. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go after it, so we might die to freeze ride, unfortunately, but I want to see how much this does anyway if we live. I feel like if I kept the Araquanid around longer, that's my only opinion right now. If we kept Araquanid around more, we would have been fine. Then freeze dry, 190 down to 22. Okay, so we didn't die, nor did we get frozen, so now we can get out the Max Knuckle, which is still good damage regardless. And yeah, that's fantastic damage. God bless. Okay. So here's the really funny part, right? I can still switch this in and out and still get off the Focus Blast later. So what we're gonna do, and he's clearly not Scarf, and he's not Spec. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back into Brush Fire. You guys are gonna hate me for this. We're gonna go back into Brush Fire here, right? Peep game, peep game. Peep the drip, peep the drip. Because now we can still Dark Pulse Aegislash, we're gonna die. We can still Scold Rotom Heat with good damage and get him out and get him to Volt Switch into something with momentum, which will give us a little bit more momentum than he'll have. Believe me, it sounds stupid, but I want to see if it works. If it works, we're good. We're good. No one ever just switches out their G-Max at low health. And the reason I did this is because, one, there's no hazards up, and two, he's just going to go for Freeze Dry again. There's no reason for him not to. Okay, I need to do something later. Okay, cool. I need to write that down. Some stuff came up in my mail that I need to do later. Okay. He's probably wondering why did I switch on the Blastoise there. But it's because I'm Scarf, and I can still use Blastoise really, really conveniently here. And he's going to go for Freeze Dry, no doubt. Unless he goes for just straight Earth Power, which is fine, because we get up Sun still, and we'll have Sun up for the rest of the game. He went Roost. Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Okay. That's no problem for me. Yeah, that's literally no problem for me. Yeah. We could have easily gone to CTC, but then, like, he would have kept Earth Powering and Freeze Drying us. So we're just gonna go for Flamethrower here. We're gonna be slower. We're either gonna die or die trying. All right, so then he's just going for Earth Power. We're gonna lose Ninetales, which is fine. I'm gonna go CTC. I'm gonna sub here. If he goes for an attack, then we can CC in a bit and we can get him out of here. He's definitely gonna switch out into Inteleon or something here. He can even go Aegislash here and it'd be really bad for him. That's the crazy shit. If he goes Aegislash here, it'd be terrible. Because he's trying to predict the close combat or something. He might not know that I'm trying to predict him just switching out. We're gonna sub here though, because the CC will kill the Cure. We're gonna sub twice if he decides to attack once, because we need to make sure that he's switching out the second time or the first time. Because if he doesn't switch out at all, then we have to CC the third time. But yeah. I think definitely not keeping Araquanid alive is definitely not a good decision, but I didn't want to sack Play-Doh early. So now I'm going to go ahead and sub. What is he going to do here, Avery? He's going for straight Earth Power, okay. That's fine. I'm gonna sub again. Okay, he's gonna keep Earth Powering, which is fine. Does he confidently live close combat though? I don't think he does. From full? No. No way. No way he lives that. No fucking way he lives that. Hold on, let me grab my set. There's no... Let me just grab my set real quick. There's no goddamn way he confidently lives that. If he's a standard heavy-duty boots, fucking cure him. Sorry for cursing, but I need to check this. Sub Roost. That's low. There we go. Yeah, no. Unless he's not the berry, so. Since you want to play this game, I'm gonna kill you. Since this is the game you have chosen to play, I'm going to kill you. Alright. Sure. I could have had more health, but you also could have stopped doing that. I mean, he's running out my son as well, which is very important for him. So that's very interesting. But, no, I don't think he should have continued. He went bubble 07, which is fine. We're not Scarf, so we will die. He's going to go max Airstream here, though. Pretty obviously. So I think we could lose here. How much speed is Frogger running? Is Frogger running enough speed for +1? I don't think he is. So that's going to be an interesting conundrum. I think we just lost to an Inteleon. I think we did. Because I don't really have an option here. And, yeah, we only have 3 turns left with that. CTC would have to be alive for something else to happen. I think we just lost to Inteleon because now he gets the max Airstream going and now he wins. Ooh, don't like those odds. Do not like those odds. I'm gonna have to sack Anonymous here for, like, if he goes for just, like, a random attack. Because he could just not G-Max first turn. Which I'm hoping for. I think he didn't. I don't think he didn't. There's no way. Okay, he did. Okay, he's definitely going for max Airstream. If he doesn't go max Airstream, that's a throw. I would think. Because then Venusaur comes in, he has to get a max guard twice in order to beat us now. Like, I'm being so dead ass knowing speed tiers right now and knowing my speed on Venusaur, he would have to. He's going max Airstream. There's no fucking way. He has to. Yeah, he went max Airstream. That's GG's. That is GG's to the max. GG's to Matt, because my Venusaur does not outspeed this in the sun. I'm pretty sure I can guarantee that much. Yeah, I can pretty sure guarantee that. Yeah, Frogger's not killing this. He's gonna max Airstream and get us. Oh, I wish you were running Koba, but like at the same time, there's no amount of foresight that I could have had to win that. I'm pretty sure he kills us here. Airstream? Yeah, that's Airstream. Yeah, it's killing. Yeah, GG's. Yep. If I had kept Araquanid around for a little bit longer, for like Kirim and stuff, with the Assault Vest, would have been fine. But that's GG's to Matt. Oh man. Damn, that's 3-0. Yeah, that's 3-0. I think he played great. I think I played into his hand basically, and he basically won from there. I played the way he thought I would, so I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. But hey, we're 1-4, unfortunately, but we still have a win on the season, which is fine. But for now, I think we play the Las Vegas Golden Corviknights next, and Brendan, the commissioner of the league. So that should be a really fun game. GG to Matt and his Montreal Milotics. I said, I think in the team builder, he's really good, and he clearly proved it today. And for next week, like I said, Las Vegas Golden Corviknights. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And hopefully we get a dub next week, because I would not like to be in a 1-5 hole, and I'd like to at least get a few more W's before the season's out. But GG's to Matt, and hope you guys liked it, and talk to you guys next time.